In class 12 business studies, we are on chapter number 7, that is directing, and directing has 4 elements: supervision, motivation, leadership, and communication. And we are on the fourth element, that is communication. In previous videos, we already completed the communication, meaning, and the process of communication. See, the process of communication which I explained you in the previous video through PPT as well as through the diagrams, that one person is sender, another person is receiver, and that is a process of communication, of exchange of ideas, emotions, thought, knowledge, views, okay, information. So yesterday we completed communication process. I will show you which we completed yesterday. This is the process. One is sender. He wants to send the message, encode them, use the media. Then the receiver will decode it, and then he will send the feedback. Feedback which shows that the message delivered. In between, yesterday I also told you about that noise, means obstructions or hindrance. Maybe like yesterday I gave you that maybe poor telephone connection. Some students tells us that, ma'am, network problem. These all are noise. Now, next, importance of communication. What is the need of communication? Why communication is necessary? This is our today's point. What is the need of communication? What are the importances of communication? First, basis for coordination. See, in our daily life also, without communication, we cannot coordinate with each other. If we want to work in a team in a proper way, we should have proper coordination. So for that, we should have proper communication. Tanya Jain, please note down. Basis for coordination. Communication is necessary for coordination. Coordination among different departments is possible through proper communication only. Now, my question is, Ayush Chandani, good morning, beta. Welcome in my class. See, I am giving you one example which came in the exam as case study. Like purchase department should have proper coordination with sales department. In simple words, Shishir, please note down the heading only. In simple words, the production department should have proper coordination with marketing department. Otherwise, what will happen? Production department keeps on producing the goods. Maybe the marketing department is unable to sell. So they should have proper coordination. Production department will produce according to the requirement of selling, means marketing department. So if they don't have proper communication, how we can imagine the proper coordination among different departments? So it is necessary for coordination. Without communication, coordination is not possible. Coordination means work together, work in a team, teamwork, unity, cooperation. Coordination is not possible without proper, yes please, without proper communication. If you will not talk to each other, if you will not share your problems, your knowledge, your information, your emotion with each other, then it is not possible. Okay? So, communication is necessary for coordination. Then, for smooth working. When there is a communication gap, all organized activities come to an standstill. It means what? Yes, if there is communication gap in different departments like production department and purchase department, or production department and marketing department, if they don't have proper communication, the organization activities will not go on further smoothly. So smooth working, the communication is necessary. Basis for decision. See, in our daily life also, we communicate with experts, we communicate with each other, so there will be better decision, right? Principal communicate with the teachers. In factories, the supervisor or the manager communicates with the team members. So communication is necessary. Without communication, you cannot know the views of other persons. You cannot get the knowledge. Like here, I am communicating with you, giving you the knowledge, information, communicating with you, talking with you. Okay. Yesterday I gave you the example, like I am the sender, I want to send you the message. You are the receiver, you will decode that message. So these messages will be, or these communication will be helpful for decision making. Increase managerial efficiency. By issuing proper instructions, by allotting proper jobs, by giving feedback, by evaluating performance through performance appraisal, all are the activities performed through communication. Naturally, these will improve the efficiency of the management. See, yesterday I gave you a very good example. Look, in your country, two major political parties are there. Listen, please. And both have two different styles of leaders. Okay, agree? Got my point? Harshvardhan, as you are from political family, that's why I will ask this question to you. In our country, there are two major parties, political parties, and both have different leaders. Do you think both have different leadership style and both have different communication style? Agree? Agree or not? Don't understand my question. Harshvardhan is not ready to give the answer. Yes. Naman, both the leaders, senior leaders of their parties have different leading style and as well as different communication style also. Now, see, they have different styles and that communication style improves the efficiency of their working. Means they have good communicator or good speaker or good listener, they increase the managerial efficiency, those who have good communication skills. Then next, it promotes cooperation and industrial peace. Communication promotes cooperation. Communication promotes industrial peace. Yes, Mehul, in your company, if the workers have any problem regarding any issue, what they should do? They should communicate with the manager or they should go directly on the strike? They should communicate. First one, they should communicate to the manager. They should not go directly on the strike because that is not according to the industrial peace. What do you understand by industrial peace? Means congenial, proper, smooth working. And these smooth working, these congenial working condition, these peace will be possible through communication only. So communication is necessary. See, communication promotes cooperation, uh, relationship between each other. Without communicating, how you can come to know that workers have some problems, there may be some disputes, there may be some conflicts. So mutual trust between management and workers will increase through industrial peace. Like I can give you to you my example. Increases managerial efficiency. I am giving you information. Okay. Without communication, how you can take the decision? Without communication, how the smooth working is possible? So managerial efficiency, smooth working, cooperation, industrial peace, all is possible through communication. Communication means sit together, talk on any issue, discuss it, and find out the solution. Establish effective leadership. Just now I gave you the example of two great leaders of India. They both have different styles of leadership because they both have different styles of different communication skills. One is a very good speaker. Ayo Bano is a very good speaker. Everyone is ready to listen. Everyone is ready to follow him. And other one is little bit different. So everyone has different communication skills. See, from class KG to class 12, or for 2-3 months you are here. So you can find out. Every teacher also has, every person also has different communication styles. Communication means what? Two-way process. Exchange of ideas, emotions, knowledge. So everyone has different communication skills. Then communication boosts morale and provides motivation. Like if I'll give you chance when the school will be open, I'll give you chance to explain any topic, then you will communicate with your class. That will be the part of project work. Then that will give you motivation. If you will present your topic in front of the class, that will motivate you. That will boost your morale. So good communication improves human relations. Good communication improves human relations, like we can talk, we can exchange our ideas. This will boost up the morale. Everyone feel motivated if we will talk. Like if a student is not coming from many days and if the teacher says, why are you not coming? This is the motivation. Means teacher is missing you in the class. Teacher is telling you that you should join the class. This is for your betterment. This is the type of motivation. If I am telling you, please copy it means I am communicating with you so that you should copy it. Yesterday I gave you the communication styles, communication process. Communication provides you motivation. See, these are the communication is helpful for coordination. Communication helps in smooth working. Communication helps in better decision making. Communication increases managerial efficiency. You can write the points in coordinating with each other. See, if the communication helps in better coordination, so there will be smooth working, so they take better decision. Then how to manage that? If there is a smooth working and there is better decision, naturally managerial efficiency will increase. And if there is better communication and managerial skills are there, then it will lead to cooperation and industrial peace. There will be, if there is peace, then there will be good relationship, effective relationship. And if there is effective relationship between workers and management, the workers feel motivated. So it is the source of motivation. That's why I am giving you these See, through motivation, we can do whatever we want to do. I told you during the topic motivation. See, through communication, we can improve our performance. How? I am giving you the example. One student told me, ma'am, please, when you show the slide, one slide should be for combined part. So this is the result of communication. I'm sure you must understood what I am telling you. Communication is necessary. Without communication, we cannot exchange the information, ideas, thoughts, emotions, then types of communication. Now the different topic we are going to start. Types of communication. Yes, please. First is oral communication. Oral communication means spoken word, face-to-face interaction, telephone, mechanical devices, mobile phone. These are oral communication. Riyanshi, like I am talking to you now, this is oral communication. Arslan, see, I am using words. Some voice is coming out. That is oral communication. Modi ji is giving speech on the TV. That is oral communication. Oral communication means use of spoken words, exchange of ideas, information with the help of spoken word is called oral communication. Like face-to-face interaction. In the classroom, offline classes, when you are here, we can talk with each other. Face-to-face interaction is known as oral communication. And when we talk on phone, that is also oral communication. Here, I am talking to you. I am telling continuously to Shubhangi, please note down the notes, to Riyanshi also. This is oral communication. If someone is guiding you, someone is motivating you, someone is instructing you through spoken words, that is oral communication. Then written communication. You can get the letters, you can get the manual magazines, books. These are written books. Simple language. Written. Written words. Like yesterday you got the message. For guidance classes you have to come up to 11:20 only. And this is written words. Written communication. Some instruction, some letters, some magazine, some books which you have. Why I am telling you to note down? Because you should have what? Just now I made this slide for you. Record for this. Now my dear children. Yes, Tanmay. Why I am forcing to note down all the things which I am showing? Record for future reference. Because human memory is limited. We cannot remember all the things. So what to do then? Note down. Why I am forcing Arslan? Please note down, beta, please note down. Because we have written communication for your knowledge, for your future reference, so that at the time of exam, you will have summarized way, notes in summarized way. That's why I am making small slides, and these slides will explain you, because these are the record for future reference. The notebook which you are making, Tiwari ji, Anushka Tiwari, the book which you have, all are written communication. The notes which you are making, all are written communication, and these written communication are record for future reference. When you will come to school, then we will tell you, we can tell you that show your notebook. So that will be because the written communication is also going on. Then see. Now one more communication I want to explain with you. One more communication. Yesterday I gave you the example, very good example I gave you. Yes, in my opinion, in the real life, not from the bookish language, in the real life, in few books also it is given, in higher studies also it is given. There are three ways of communication. There are three types of communication. One is oral, like your father is instructing you, your mother is telling you, your teacher is giving you guidance. These are oral communication. Oral communication means use of spoken words, like I am telling you. When you will come for offline class, we will do face-to-face interaction. That is oral communication. In our daily life, near about 70% communication we perform through oral. More than that. Oral means just if I want to say to you something, face to face or through phone or through cell phone or through Zoom, Google Meet, all are example of oral communication. Like this is oral communication. Now next is written communication. You all must have books. You all must have seen my slides. These are written communication which are in written form, in presentable form. And I'm sure you all must not have proper notes. Means you don't have written documents for future need. So these are written communication. Books are written communication. If I tell you, please see the NCERT page number, that, this, that, these lines. These are written communication. Now third one, gestural. Gestural means through eyes, through hands, through face expressions. We can communicate. Without saying any word, through your face expression, you can communicate. Even you know better than me that emojis. Yesterday I made 2 emojis for you. These are also mode of communication. With the behavior of some children, I will express my emotions through first emoji. And with the behavior of some other, I can express through some other emojis. And if I'll get hurt, I'll change that emoji. Right. So, in the daily life, in the real life, we can use all these three types of communication: oral, written, gesture. Now, we should have a proper combination of these three for better communication. Okay. So today's topic was in that video, importance of communication and types of communication. Types of communication are of three types: oral, written, gestural. Gestural means use of face expressions, use of hands, use of body language. This is gesture, or in you can see through emojis. Okay.